This movie is like you're going to a Kiss concert, right? You're like, yeah, rock on! And you're gonna go watch Kiss, and it's gonna be awesome, and you find out that the opening act is One Direction. And you're like, what? Alright, I'll soldier through it. I'm gonna get through that part to get to the awesome. Expendables is basically a movie about a giant sausage fest of some of the greatest action heroes of I'd say roughly the 80s and 90s kind of era, all combined to be in an Avengers-type action-style movie. The first one came out, it was okay. The second one I actually really loved. I had someone convince me to go see the second one, and I was like, this is what I wanted the first time. And did the third one give me that? I guess so. Basically, how do I put it? This movie is a mixed bag for me. I loved certain parts of it. The beginning starts out and it's this cool action scene, and we're bringing Wesley Snipes back, and they make some really funny jokes with that. And Wesley Snipes is back and he's awesome, and you're like, ooh, this is a cool action scene. Logic is out the door in the first 2 minutes, though. It's just like, things like that do not do that. That's the best thing I gotta say, though, is that the movie is so ridiculous in this beginning action scene, and it's so cool to watch. And watching Wesley Snipes and Stallone and Statham and, just the list goes on. And it's cool to watch. The middle hits. Okay. The middle of this movie, Stallone basically goes, I never want you guys to be here because I felt like making this story dark. You're just like, what? What? And Stallone is like, oh, I need a new team. And he goes to Kelsey Grammer, who is funny in the movie, and essentially puts together a team of male models. And a girl who actually kicks butt. You're sitting there going, what? Who are these people? I kid you not. One of the actors is a Twilight actor. Yes, you heard about that. Expendables, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, Jet Li, just himself. You have Antonio Banderas, who's Zorro. Dolph Lundgren, if he dies, he dies. And you bring in a Twilight actor to this? That's where we're going with this? Is it really like a boardroom meeting happened, where somebody said, you know what worked in the second movie, that people loved in the second movie? Oh, what was it? Well, when not Thor was in the movie and he died in the first, 10 minutes of the movie? Well, yeah. How about we just take that and make that an uncomfortably long chunk of the movie, but make them the heroes? You've got it. That is what the people want. Go get some Twilight actors. Really? You're gonna go the Twilight route? Sure, he was muscular and stuff, but he didn't have that sort of action hero feel. None of them did, except for the girl. The girl worked. She wasn't great, she worked. And they just don't fit, and you're watching the middle half of, you're watching the middle chunk of this movie, and I was bored to tears, and I hated it. I hated the middle so much, guys. And I think just about anybody who goes into this movie is going to hate the middle of it. It's not the Expendables. You get random generic action movie, and what separates the Expendables from random action movie is specifically that. These superstars working together or clashing against each other. And they totally abandon that for, I'd say, most of the movie. And you get to spend it with these tweens. and you can't remember. Like, I can remember Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone and all of these characters in this movie, like, as those actors. With those ones, I'm like, generic kid number 2. And swear to God, there is literally one of them in a battle that does literally nothing but climb something. They're just pointless. They're just terrible. The girl, as I said, did all right. The guys, though, were just, oh my God, get off the screen. Other than that, the final act of this movie, God mode is just on in this area. They basically go to this abandoned area, and it's like, just fight and go nuts and just put as much action as you can on the screen, except for when you're cutting to these pointless kids. And it's so cool. It is so cool. And it was kind of bugging me that they didn't have blood in this movie, because the other ones had blood splatters and, violence, what people love. And this one, just no. No, they get shot, no blood, no nothing, they just fall over. But other than that, you get so much action and so, just in such a compact quality. And the final act of the movie, the final, like, boss fight, if you will, could have been a bit longer, but they give you some fanfare, they give you some cool, like, nods of the hat. One of them, if you don't catch it, with Mel Gibson and a particular person during an arms deal trade. I hope you guys understood the reference. I won't spoil it for people who will get it. But there's just things like that. The whole, basically, middle chunk does not work. And you can just watch everything fall apart. They could have cut that whole chunk out, put some generic action movie part in there, and it would have worked. But, okay guys, my final verdict on this, I liked the movie, but I'm going to have to go with a 60%. I'm barely giving it a passable rating because of the fact that that middle chunk was just so bad. And, okay, did I enjoy the movie? Yes, but I can't get past that middle part, guys. I'm sorry. But what did you guys think of Expendables 3? Do you think they're really going to make an Expendables 4? And comment below and let me know. And also, actually, who do you think is going to be, like, the next Sylvester Stallone, the next Schwarzenegger of, like, this generation? So, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. Don't forget to like and subscribe.